What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mustard back with another video, and today we here to review Remothered Tormented Fathers. Now, before we even get started into this review, I will say one thing. I will do my best to try to understand this story, because I'm gonna be real. Even beating this game, I was a little bit confused, towards the end or whatever. So I ain't gonna lie, I had to do some little research, y'all. Like I feel kind of stupid for having to tell y'all, but like it is what it is. So in this game, the lady that you see now, who we're playing as Rosemary Reed, and she is a reporter, and she is trying to figure out what happened to this man. His name is Richard Felton. She's trying to figure out what necessarily happened to his daughter, because his daughter disappeared and no one never knew why. And I guess this was a can't miss story that Rosemary Reed had to get. So she goes into the house when she first gets there or whatever, and she is greeted by Gloria, which is the nurse. Gloria then takes her to Mr. Felton's office, and then Rosemary gets to meet Mr. Felton, and she kind of tricked him at first, because she made it seem like she cared about his sickness, because he was sick, which no one never knew why at first. We just knew he was sick. Jesus, I can't speak today, by the way. But yeah, when she was interviewing him, she ended up turning that, her fake interview into "Where's your daughter?" And bro wasn't having it. He was like, "Get out of my house, bro. You ain't gonna know shit." So she leaves or whatever. And here's why I think this is the real sketchy part, bro. She waits until the nurse leaves at night, and the nurse puts like the key somewhere, somewhere behind I won't say behind the mansion. It was like a little cubby, outside the mansion. It was like an easy reachable place when she left. So Rosemary takes it upon herself to go grab the key and go back in the house at night to investigate. I'm like, yo, some kind of reporter you are. Bro, the woman is legit breaking and entering, bro. Come on, bro. That home invasion. So we are already down bad at that, bro. So she gets in there, and the video y'all kind of looking at now, she finds out that Mr. Felton here, he got a dead body in his house, bro. So, Rosemary assumes that it is the daughter. And what she tries to do is, she screams and she tries to leave. And, the door is, there's a gate on the door that she came in. So it ends up being locked. So now she can't escape. So instead of her finding another way to escape, she's like, let me not just escape, but let me also do some investigating journaling. Why the hell would we do that? So she goes to learn about his story, but in this game you need certain key parts and key items to progress through the story. And also at the same time, the horror aspect comes in, because Mr. Felton is he don't sleep, so he's just going around looking for you. So you also have these things called diversion items, where you can throw stuff to get him to go to where you want him to go at if he hears the noise, so you can either escape or do whatever you need to do. Or you have these defensive items like knives or something like that, and Mr. Felton comes up and gets too close and grabs you. You can stab him and get away. And you can also upgrade these defensive items too as well. But yeah, I think the horror part could have definitely been a little bit better. I was more worried that Mr. Felton, as you might see in this video, but if I don't, I'll try to do my best to show you. Bro only has an apron on, bro. Bro got his ass out and everything. I'm like, okay. And for a dude who's sick, bro about strong as hell, bro. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I don't know what's going on. So, anyways, while you're Rosemary, you're figuring out his story, Mr. Felton's story, you figure out that he has a sickness that was caught through a moth, which will explain the moths that you see in the game. And he got that, his dad brought it back during World War II or something like that. They do explain that. But also at the same time, you're still trying to escape. But when you you get to a part into the game where you have to, find like some video image and stuff like that. So you look at this video or look at this reel. I forgot what it was actually called, bro. Back in the day. Jesus Christ, my mind's not there today. But you actually figure out that Mr. Felton here, he is scared of, one, the Red Nun. And two, you also figure out that Mr. Felton is not actually a man. Yes, I said that correctly. Mr. Felton is not actually a man. He was actually born a woman. His name was Jennifer. But when his dad came back from World War II, he always wanted a boy. So he pretty much brainwashed Mr. Felton into becoming a man. But he was Jennifer at first. So during the game, while you're trying to figure out where Celeste is, because this is the whole part of the game, you're trying to figure out where Mr. Felton's, daughter is, you figure out about him. And you figure out, that he was a woman and everything, but Mr. Felton calls his daughter Jennifer a lot. So he, I don't want to call it multiple personality disorder, but I think he literally forgets that he got brainwashed so bad that I think he forgot that he was a woman. He didn't have no sex change or nothing. This man is legit a woman, like the whole time. But he got brainwashed into being a dude so bad that when the thoughts of him being a woman started to resurface in his head, he would call his daughter Jennifer instead of Celeste, which got really crazy within itself. Now, remember how I said he was scared of the Red Nun? So, Gloria, it turns out that Gloria is the Red Nun. And since Mr. Felton was so sick, she used like some hypnotized like little thing. I forgot what that thing is called, bro. I'll never know what that thing is called. But she used that to pretty much like keep him brainwashed. And she used him to attack Rosemary while she was still trying to escape and learn about Mr. Felton's story. So, once you do all that, Gloria tries to attack you as the Red Nun, so you have to run from her too. But Mr. Felton, he or should I say she at this point, runs from the Red Nun as well, and at that point now you're just trying to escape. So pretty much, then again, you're still looking for Celeste, I'd say. While you're still looking for Celeste, you do find her room, and then you do find out that she was sent to like I don't want to say it's a mental institution, but it was like some sort of institution, which they don't really go into much explaining, but she got sent to an institution because it turns out that Mr. Felton, why Celeste was there and stuff like that, he pretty much lost his mind. So he was like doing some crazy stuff to the family. So she thought that she had to get away and escape as much as possible. So with that being said, I don't really know what happens to Celeste necessarily. But during this game, you do get to the Celeste part very late into the game necessarily. But towards the end game here, it was just you stopping Gloria because Mr. Felton in the game actually gets like burnt alive because of Gloria, which is something I should have said, because Gloria tries to kill you. And the reason why she is controlling Mr. Felton is because she wants to get revenge on the Feltons, which that's somewhat explained in the game, but at the same time, it is not. And I will get to all of these, why some of this stuff is not explained and why it's not explained necessarily. So after you kill Gloria, you fly her out of a window. Like she gets like knocked out of a window or whatever, because you end up blinding her and everything and stuff like that. I thought she should have died from that because her back hit pretty hard on that ground. I ain't gonna hold y'all up, but at the end, when you finally get out of the house, because you're in the house the whole night, you don't get out of the house until the morning. When you're done, Rosemary lays with Gloria, and Gloria says, "I'm sorry," or she says, "I forgive you," and I never knew what that meant. Now, with the game actually ending and you just having to escape the house and stuff like that, the game was in all fine, but like as a horror game, I don't think that it did its job. So for my final verdict, I'm actually gonna give this game a clean 5 out of 10. It was very mid. I won't say it was horrible because it does have some enjoyable moments. It did have some moments where I was like, oh, I'm about to die or something like that. Like I enjoyed it for what it was, but before I even think about walking away, remember how I said some of these people's stories are like, they don't tell you why, because the story isn't actually over. There's a whole nother game within the series, which is a prequel to this game, and it actually explains why, people's stories are the way they are. Why is Gloria the Red Nun? It explains like what happens to Celeste necessarily, and why it's like this big family drama going on, and why. Oh yeah, the woman that you saw in the beginning was not actually Celeste. It was his wife. That was his wife's dead body. Just thought that y'all should know that. But I don't know why the wife's dead. Well, they kind of do talk about it in the game, I guess. But yeah, so there's a whole nother game necessarily that really explains everything. So this is more of a to be continued.